Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar this morning. So we're going to be talking about the funding that's currently available to support businesses within West Lothian. So we'll get started. So you've probably seen our brand Invest in West Lothian. That is the economic development brand for West Lothian Council. So we're here to support new, existing businesses and people that are looking to relocate into the area. We try and help people with various parts of their business, so that includes funding, that's what we're obviously here to talk about today, but also can help in other areas from training like workforce development, business development, marketing, and individual support for parents. We've actually got a specific fund, we're going to talk about that later on as well. So the agenda for this morning is we're going to go through the webinars. Myself and my colleagues, Lynn and Terry, are going to come on and talk about other funding that we've got. But we're going to discuss growing your team, upskilling, improving your digital side of the business, sustainability, and there's a few other things that we've included as well. So I'm going to start off by giving an overview of the types of businesses you can support. So there's some specific criteria that we need to meet in order to access the funding for businesses linked in with the Scottish Government. So the key one, obviously, you need to be from West Lothian, because the West Lothian Council funding that's being provided. You need to have a Fair Work First policy, so linked with the Scottish Government. All our funding now, businesses have to be working towards that. You must pay the real living wage, currently, which is £12.60. And unfortunately, due to some budgets coming to an end and things, we can no longer support professional services, business-type businesses, apart from one of our funds, the Employer Recruitment Incentive, which we'll talk about. But a lot of the other funds, unfortunately, if you're in that sector, we can't support with funding just due to budgets and things. So that just hopefully gives you an overview of the criteria. We can obviously speak more about that, obviously, one-to-one with your advisor and things, but that just gives you an overview of the types of businesses we're looking to support and the basic criteria. Some of the funds do have other specific criteria, which again we'll highlight when we go over each fund. So funding to help grow your team. So one of the first funds that we've got here is an Employer Recruitment Incentive. So one of the key drivers for us in West Lothian here is to support businesses create jobs and take on new staff. So we have this wage subsidy scheme called the Employer Recruitment Incentive. So basically, if you're looking to take on a new person that meets the criteria there, which you have to be a West Lothian resident, employ them from 16 to 40 hours a week, provide the real living wage, they have to be unemployed or underemployed. So that would maybe be on a 0 hours contract or stuff. Again, we can confirm that. And what would happen, we would subsidise 50% of the salary for the first 6 months of placement. So if it was £12.60, we would obviously cover £6.30 of that for the first 6 months. So that's the Employer Recruitment Incentive. Again, what I'd probably refer you to our website. There's a wee bit more information on Invest West Lothian. If you are interested in that, obviously speak to your own advisor. There's you can put in an expression of interest, and that would come through. And again, somebody would be in touch to discuss that grant in more detail with you. Just sure I should have said we'll do questions at the end, but if anybody has any questions, I think Emma's picking them up in the chat. Or if anybody wants to jump in, raise their hand, please just do so, and I'll try and answer any questions as we go. So the other fund that we've got to help businesses recruit people is we have a graduate recruitment fund. This is to support businesses take on recent graduates. So if a business is looking to employ a graduate at a minimum of £25,000 salary, then we would subsidise £10,000 towards that to help take on a new graduate. The key areas for that is the businesses is a STEM graduate, so those that are from science, technology, engineering and mathematics background. Obviously green champion, so the environmental side of things is really important just now, especially in the Scottish Government initiative and things. So we're really keen to support businesses to bring in environmental students, so green champions, and also cybersecurity is another area that we're really keen to support businesses, bring individuals in to support that. So they're the key areas. Again, speak to your advisor. There can be circumstances we might look to support graduates in other areas, depends on the project. So we can do that. Sorry, have you got a question, Emma? Or
Hi David, yeah, we've got a question from Mandy in the chat, just referring back
Okay.
to that eligibility criteria. Just asking, how does the requirement for a Fair Work First policy work if you're a sole trader?
So a sole trader, so if you don't have any staff, obviously, then a lot of that won't kick in. But basically, we're looking for you to work towards environmental stuff and net zero policy. We'd be looking for that. But as you move forward, then obviously a lot of the Fair Work relates to taking you're having your staff. So once you did obviously grow, and if you did take on staff, then we'd be looking for them to get access to trade unions, to be getting paid the real living wage. So hopefully that makes sense. But a sole trader, yeah, I mean, we can support individual businesses as well, if that makes sense. But a lot of the policy, a lot of that is linked to your existence if you've got staff. But the net zero part would be a key part for the sole trader. We'd be obviously looking for your business to having a net zero policy. So hopefully that answers the question, Mandy, hopefully. But we can pick up, again, speak to you directly about that. That's no problem. So funding to support upskilling. So we've got a lot of funds to support businesses upskill their existing staff or even upskill themselves. So we have our Economic Development Fund. So this is to support, again, local businesses within West Lothian in partnership with West Lothian College. You can access £5,000 towards training. So West Lothian College, I've got an array of workshops and training that they do. Again, on our website, you can have a look at that. So it would maybe help with, it could be Microsoft Word packages, Excel, all that kind of areas, but there's also other specific training that they run, sort of shorter courses. You can do long distance learning. So there's a lot more information on our website in terms of the courses that you can access on that. But again, I would encourage businesses to have a look at that. You can obviously access some good accredited training through West Lothian College in partnership with ourselves. So that's the Economic Development Fund. And moving on to our next training fund is we have individual training grants. So this is again in partnership with employability colleagues and access to employment. So if a parent or a West Lothian resident, you might be eligible for other funding to help you do some training or some upskilling. So the funding is specifically aimed at people looking to learn a new skill, gain a new qualification or certificate, or even to refresh and sort of go over maybe a previous qualification and just obviously get a refresher in that area. So as I said, our colleagues in Access to Employment would support you with these grants. Again, information on our website, but if anybody's interested in that specifically, speak to us direct and we can put you in touch with our colleagues at Access to Employment and we can look at the individual training grants for that as well. And then we also have a fund, again, maybe aimed more at existing businesses. So our Expert Help programme, where businesses can access one-to-one consultancy support with expert advisors that we have in our framework. Covers an array of business areas you'll see highlighted on the screen there. So business development, digital marketing, social media, export and financial help, various areas. So anything you're looking at, let us know. And we've also often got somebody on our framework we can help look at that. I would just add to that as well, we also run some surgeries every month at the moment. So they're quite easy to access. I often promote some on social media for us, whereby you can get an hour with one of our consultants. So often in marketing, it's with our consultant, Michelle, and in terms of procurement, it's with Mandy. So they're fantastic as a good starting point, I think, for businesses. Sometimes it's just you're looking for that, maybe a specific question you want some help with. I think that's a great starting point before even we look at expert help. So again, a lot of the information's on our website, and hopefully you follow us on social media, and we can keep you updated with a lot of the support around the surgeries as well. So that's the expert help. Then the next area is in funding to improve digital capability. So I'm sure you've heard enough of hearing me, so I'm going to pass you on to my colleague Lynn, who's going to take you through the digital support for businesses. Lynn.
Good morning, everyone. Just to follow on from where David came, thanks for joining. Hopefully some of the support can be aligned with some of your business growth objectives. And just to reiterate what was said previously, it's time limited funding. So for projects that are going to be completed and paid for by the end of February next year. So if anyone's got any of those pressing projects, please let us know. And just to say as well, it's for projects that are in the future. It's not for anything that's already taken place or anything that's already been paid. Everything has to take place after the sign date on any potential offer letter. But just to talk a little bit about our digital grant. This one's been really popular, and this is support for businesses that are looking to improve efficiencies, productivity, within their business via investment in digital either technology. We can support some hardware costs. There's been a number of examples where businesses are looking to go paperless or invest in a CRM system, but basically anything that you think is going to improve as a digital spend within the business, it's going to improve your business and help you achieve your growth plans, then we will review your projects and your issues. So this is a grant of up to £7,500 for a project. That's 50% intervention against a project spend of about 15k. For non-VAT registered businesses, you can receive funding of up to £1,000 for a project spend of about 2,000. So it's been very well accessed in the local area and has helped a number of businesses improve their digital platforms. Okay. So the next sort of area of digital support that businesses can access is a cybersecurity grant. I think everyone, most people in business are aware of the cyber issues and the security is required and the risk to businesses if you don't have this in place. So as part of to address this issue, we've got the cybersecurity grant, and this is an award of up to £1,000 for you to work with a consultant to achieve your cyber essentials or cyber Essential Plus certificate. And this just sort of makes sure that you're secure, so it protects the business, but also protects you a risk for any sort of claims against your business and how your security that you are required to have as a business. So if anyone's interested in that grant, please let us know. This is where I'm going to hand over to my lovely colleague Tahrir, who will talk you through some of our sustainability support.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Tahrir. I'm a business sustainability advisor. I help businesses taking steps toward net zero or establishing their sustainability goals. Business Gateway help businesses access various funding opportunities aimed to supporting sustainability practices. One of these funding is the energy efficiency audit. So eligible businesses can book an energy efficiency audit with a sustainability consultant who will analyze the existing systems they have, processes and equipment within their businesses. So this will be through us. This is one of our consultants. Through our framework. So once the consultant have the audit, they completed, the consultant will give you like a kind of recommendation or positive changes that can be implemented into your businesses. For example, installing LED lighting or switching to an electric heating systems. The business could then be eligible for our low carbon grant to implement the changes. So our consultant will work with you one-to-one and have like a kind of tailored plan based on your business. They will provide you with recommendations and advices what to do, what are the steps you need to take toward net zero. Then you have your choice to take these steps on your own or to return back to us while asking for help through low carbon fund. The low carbon grant is to assist businesses with barriers unique to their own net zero journey. So the eligible West Lothian businesses could receive funding up to 50%, up to 8,000 towards strategic business change, which can evidence a clear link to low emissions. To qualify for this grant, a business must employ a minimum of 5 staff, have been trading or at least 1 year of trading, have been trading for at least 1 year, have a growth potential over the 3 years, have taken steps to or have already completed a carbon footprint calculations. So we have more details on our website, but I'm more than happy to book one-to-one session, a video call with yourself and discuss your business. And if you have if you need more details or more clarification about this grant. So can I just read the question from? Is the energy efficiency audit low carbon grant available to charities? Yes. Yes, it is available for the third sector. We already help many third sectors with this grant. Again, the business need to meet the criteria, and I'm more than happy to discuss this further with yourself. If you need, just email me or just email them, Invest in West Lothian, send email to Invest in West Lothian. I will be more than happy to book one-to-one video call with yourself and to discuss it further. You're welcome. So the other funding opportunities, we're talking about the innovation grant. Lynn is going to talk about this, please. Thank you.
Seconds. So to discuss our innovation grant, this is an award between £2,000 and £5,000 against project spend, 50% intervention against your project spend. And this innovation is sort of something that's of risk to the business, and it can be a new product, a new service. It's basically something that's not business as usual, something you're looking to do to either enter a new market or test your idea. So this grant is to help businesses get over that hurdle at the initial risk, and it can be along the lines of product development activities. It can be feasibility studies. So basically anything that you've got new that's coming into the business that has a potential impact to align with your growth objectives. We can have a quick discussion, map out the idea and understand if it would be eligible for the support. This one's been quite popular, especially around product development or looking to go into a new market. And then I will pass back to Ria. Want to discuss this one?
The Trade Development Grant is a funding available for businesses to attend exhibitions in a wide range of industry sectors. So this is the funding of up to 50% of eligible costs, excluding VAT, up to a maximum of £2,000. This is available for businesses which meet the criteria. The minimum grant is £250. So the cost will be, it can be claimed to renting or setting up and running an exhibition space, stand, electricity and marketing costs, such as the production of banners, brochures, and other promotional materials, or to cover the cost for accommodation and travel costs, should be air or rail travel costs. Again, we've supported many businesses with the Trade Development Grant, and it does make a big difference for businesses. If you need more information, you can find that on our website or just contact us, please. And again, I think that maybe the last slide with David.
I think there was a question coming, was there?
Yeah, so it's the same timescales with all these grants. This is time limited funding through the UK Share Prosperity Scheme. So all projects need to be completed and paid for by the end of February to be able to claim. So it's for anything between now and the end of February. Obviously, if we have funding into next year, we can review different projects after that date, but until we know what that is, we have to stick with the deadline date of the projects need to be claimed by the end of February 2025.
Thanks, Lynn. Hopefully that answered your question, Marie Claire. So it was also just to highlight the shopfront improvement grant that we have in partnership with our town centre managers look after and administer this. So I don't know if there's any businesses on the call that have obviously shops within the town centres, but just to make them aware that there's the shopfront improvement scheme whereby you can access small grants to support you make changes to the shopfront. So often it might be new businesses that are moving to the area to get signage, but also I think they've got budget and they're happy to look at other projects within the shop. So it might be, different things within your shop. Then I would definitely encourage you to look at the shopfront improvement grant. So again, we can have a look at our website. We can share that information as well about the criteria for that. But that's also good if you have, as I say, a local shop within the town centre. Then there is some a grant that you can access with that. So I think that's a quick run through of all our funding and things. So I don't know, we've got a slide here for questions. I don't know if anybody's got any questions at this stage or if there's anybody want to come in with anything. Nothing just now. So we were also going to highlight, we've got a lot of workshops coming up. So I know Emma's put a few slides. I don't know if you want to run through these, Emma, or do you want me just to do it?
Yeah, I can talk about them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some really exciting free events coming up. I recognise some of the names on the call. I think some of you have attended some in the past, which hopefully you've enjoyed. But we've got some great new ones taking place. Next week on the 22nd of November, we've actually got a social media for business masterclass. That is a full day session we've got two experts, Gary Ennis and Colin Kelly, who will be running over everything you need to know about using social media to promote your business. We've actually ran that in the past and it's been very, very popular. So there's lots of spaces available. So please do feel free if you'd like to book on. We've also got some planning ahead into the new year. We've got a few events booked in already. We have our Finance for the Non-Financial workshop, which is an in-person session. Great for anyone that just isn't too confident with dealing with the accounting side of their business. That's available. We also have, as David mentioned, some of our one-to-one surgery sessions where you'll get a 1 hour long Teams call with an expert who'll be able to answer your questions. At the moment, we've got some sessions available to talk about procurement and then also marketing and branding. So please do feel free, just send us a wee email and we can let you know what times are available. And then we also have 2 new webinars with Michelle Brown coming up. If you follow us on social media, you've probably seen us talking about them. Michelle is brilliant. She's great. We've got 2 coming up. One is called Improve Your Selling and Negotiation Skills to Reach New Markets. And the other is Build a Powerful Brand with Personality, both taking place online. So please go ahead if you'd like interested to book those. And then the last one to mention is we have our Improve Your Business Marketing with Artificial Intelligence workshop taking place again in February. These are very, very popular. So if you are interested, please do go ahead and book those as spaces do get filled up quickly. I'll share a little link in the chat if anyone wants to learn more about any of these events or book on. Thank you.
Thanks, Emma. I think there's a couple of questions have come through from Mandy, professional services. So unfortunately, Mandy, I think you would be classed as a professional service. So business consultants, estate agents, accountants, all these sort of businesses would probably come under the professional services area. So yeah, unfortunately, a lot of them are exempt, unfortunately, just now from funding. But again, speak to your advisor and we can double check for you. But yeah, unfortunately, with the funding constraints that sector has, it's a bit more difficult for us to get funding through, unfortunately. I don't know, is that something else? Is that just you, Emma, putting something in? Sorry.
That was me there. But we also had a couple of nice comments just to highlight. Thank you. So Marie Claire had commented, I think this was about the digital development grant, just saying that she received the grant to enhance the SEO and copy on our website. And Taria was amazing supporting her through this process. So thank you so much for that feedback, Marie Claire. And then we also had a wee comment there from Anne saying many thanks to Lynn for helping with a previous grant. It's made a huge difference to the business. So thank you so much for that feedback to you both. Really appreciate it.
You know, that's great. Thank you very much for that. So just to highlight as well, I suppose these are on Invest Business Gate. We run a lot of workshops as well nationally. So again, there's a lot of other workshops you can access through that. I'm trying to think in terms of other support that we've not mentioned in the financial. I suppose there's loan funding. We can help you look at loans. We help you with a business plan. Information about crowdfunding and things. So again, I would probably, if you don't have an advisor, get in contact with an advisor, make an appointment, make use of obviously the expert help as well. But yeah, I think that's us. I would again encourage you to follow us on social media. Emma's great at posting all the latest support and webinars and events coming up. So please just keep in touch with us and follow us online. Has anybody got any questions before we wrap up? Or
can I just add, David, please? So
yeah.
I mean, I always tell in businesses that it doesn't harm to ask, even if we're not able to help. We maybe have information about other partners or services who can help. We can signpost you. So it's always worth to send an email and ask about whatever you have a question regarding your businesses. So we're always more than happy to answer your questions.
Yeah, no, thank you for that, Taria. So I think we're going to be sharing we're going to share the slides, Emma. Yeah. So again, we'll get that information out to you. Again, a lot of that's on Invest West Lothian. So keep an eye on that on the social media and keep in touch with advisors and things. So appreciate everybody taking their time out to join us this morning. Thanks very much, and hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Thank you.